Welcome to Drunk Old Man Making Games. I am the Drunk Old Man, and if you would care to look over here, this is the game. It's called Radical Penguin. It's about a penguin, and no less, that penguin is radical. You'll just have to take my word for it at the moment, but one day you'll see the truth. I have been mucking about with the size of the tunnel. As you can see, it's a bit too easy. Well, I think it's a bit too easy. I don't know, maybe this will be a start sort of level to kind of get people the hang of it, but it's definitely a bit too easy. So anyway, but this is essentially what it looks like. I've got a score, I can quit, I can start again. The score doesn't reset yet, but that doesn't matter. And this pink line is just to give me a guide for where the actual centre of the tunnel is. So it's a debug guide. And it one day will disappear, probably in fact today. So this is where we find ourselves. This is step one. Now, for those of you who have visited the channel before, you will know that we have very specific rules about, well, we have various specific rules, but one of the most important rules is that I watch myself so that I can make sure that my stream isn't too crap. Woink, because my bloody NordVPN has a tendency to drop out for me, although actually it has been better recently. Anyway, but second rule, after the first rule, I have many rules. The second rule after the first rule is ceremonial pouring of the beer. So here's the ceremonial pouring of the beer. I do occasionally code without drinking, but I mean, frankly, why bother? I don't drink very much, I drink it very slowly, but it just, you know, it gives you something to do, doesn't it? It gives you something to do while you're waiting for those. Oh, look at that. I mean, look how beautiful that is. Oh, I'm so happy. Anyway, I'd be happier if my stream wasn't so slow, but that's a different matter. Right. Oh, look at that head. Don't you love a good head? I love a good head. Perfect. Could my day get any better? Yes. Sadly, the drunk old woman, my esteemed and much better half, has her cat has died. It's a very old cat, so it's not terribly surprising, but she is understandably upset about the death of Pussy. And oh no, come on, not the right time. No, God, my mind is so warped. Anyway, so yes, so she's off burying her cat at the moment. We were meant to be going for cocktails. So you lucky punters, you should be very excited about the fact that this means you have an extra opportunity to see me. I might be back this evening, depending, but now, I mean, since her cat has died, I think our plans might change, and so I'll probably stay with her this evening. We don't live together, we're not married. I mean, not that you can't live together if you're not married, but we neither live together nor are we married. So, I've got no viewers, which is absolutely perfect because it actually encourages me to do some coding rather than talking to people. But, having said that, if you do get to the end of this, yeah, I don't know who I'm talking to, but you know, maybe there's someone who's lurking and the views numbers hasn't come up, so feel free to say hi if that's the case. Otherwise, I'm going to get on with doing some work. Well, not work, fun. I do work in my day job. This is my afternoon, evening job. Well, your afternoon, evening. My night. What am I doing? Right, yes. So I think the first problem is that fractal brownie. Firstly, I don't like it being called the fractal brownie emotion generator. I might refactor that. I'm going to ask Claude. Please read my memory. Read your memory. Yeah. Good. Excellent. Alright, what are we working on? I'm interested in whether is a more elegant AG reference this nonsense. No. On line 68. It is amazing that it's a large language model, because it does seem intelligent, which upsets me. I always feel slightly guilty about turning it off. Okay. Using static fractal Brownlee motion. Alright, I shall do that. That's exactly the sort of thing I wanted. Using static fractal. Okay. Oh, I see. Is that all that does? Is it just namespaces there? Huh. Oh, now I feel stupid. Ah, perfect. Oh. Oh. I see. I very much learn through doing. Just FYI. You might want to add that to your memory. No, fuck him. I'll remind it. I see. So it's just a namespacey thing, is it? Alright, fair enough. Interesting. Alright. Well, I think I'm getting there. Alright, so that was just some random restructure refactor. Name refactor. Right. Boink. So. Well, so far I'm being much more productive than I usually am. Possibly because no one's watching. Right, so this seed is now the same. I wonder why it was different before. I wonder why it was different before. I wonder if it was different before. Was it different before? Oh, I see. Yes, it was different before. I see. Okay, I'm definitely beginning to see now. So I think the first thing we need is terrain settings. We need tunnel smoothness, but then we need surface smoothness. I know what those words mean. So this is a tunnel smoothness. I'm going to refactor this. Rename symbol to be tunnel smoothness. And then we've got tunnel gap height. That makes more sense. Chunk width, that makes sense. Height multiplier. I don't think we're using a height multiplier anymore, are we? Find. We are not. Find all references. No. So you don't exist anymore. So we've got the tunnel smoothness, the gap height. Then I think we are going to need public float tunnel amplitude. And public float I wonder. I think at some point I'll regret this, and these will all live somewhere else, but that's a different matter. This is turning into an entire game manager. I can live with that. Public float. Tunnel. Gain. I think I'm good with the lacunarity. I think I can work on that some other time. Maybe. So now we need in the FBM Baha. You see, the things I don't want are the frequency of the octaves, I think. There's a lot of crap in this. This seems very complex. I'm getting through this beerology quickly. I know, it's tragic, isn't it? I love this. I've never seen this before. I know I'm procrastinating because I can't believe that I meant to put all of these numbers in here. I mean, it's just this huge. I think really what I need is an X seed and a Y seed. I don't know. Why is this so difficult? I mean, there's a lot of numbers in here. What do I do in the terrain generator? See, no. I think that's what I want to do. I think I want to handle the X seed and the Y seed elsewhere. Oh, my brain hurts. Because it doesn't actually, it's just a seed. So it just needs to... I think I'm right about this. So I reckon this is no longer an X chord. I now think this is an X seed. Okay, find where you're being used. Because the only thing that uses this is this. Find all references. I think it should only be in 2 places. Yeah, it's there and here so far. So, let's have that open and this open. Right, this can piss off. Right, you're no longer the X seed. X chord, you're now the X seed. Which means none of that shit is necessary. Which means it does need to be somewhere else. Okay. And the X seed is this crap, which we can also put into this nonsense. Okay. So that's now all that. Great. Which means technically we can now get rid of those 2. Great. So you now don't need to be there. And you now don't need to be there. Oops. So now we need a Y seed. Just, do we need a Y seed? I don't think I do need a Y seed. I think I'm being anal about that. I think the Y seed can always just be 0. In which case I might just actually hard code that into the Perlin noise. Because I'm not going to bitch about with it. This only now means that the value is an initial value. I'd rather it was there. That's really unhelpful. I don't know why. I mean, I love the fact that this computer can do, it can speak my weight in 83 languages, but what it can't do is just align a bloody thing in the right place. So the offset, I don't want to do that every time, so that's something I want to do before. So we've got a frequency in here. Okay, so what else do we need? I think we've got the X seed, we've got frequency and octaves. Right, now I am going to add the lacunarity. Am I? I don't know, the 2's working quite well for me, so bollocks to that. So I think all I really need to add is the amplitude. So after the octaves, so the third from last, we have float, amplitude. Right, so now in here, that's going to be, float amplitude is going to be tunnel. Well, let's put that at 3F for the moment. And then in the underwater zone, the float amplitude is going to be the tunnel amplitude. So what have we done at the end there? Then we've got the tunnel gain, which is also there. Great. Right. So that needs to be about 0.5. So this needs to be 10 and that needs to be 0.5. Right, let's go back here because I suspect I've dicked with its entire nonsense now. Come on, you bastards. I probably need a question of the day. Question of the day. Why is no one watching me? Good question of the day. I mean, I'm not expecting everyone to be watching me. I'm expecting to have one viewer. Interesting. The time you stream really does make a difference, it turns out. What the hell are you doing for 47 seconds? I mean, what the hell are you doing? I mean, it's not exactly like Mario 64. I've forgotten what I was even talking about. What was I talking about? So the tunnel amplitude was 15, I do remember that. I've completely forgot what the tunnel gain was. So I had a gain in here. But I forgot what it is. Gain was... there was no gain. Oh. There's some number. 0.5, okay. Alright, tunnel gain. Oink. Right, now hopefully this should be the same as what I currently had. I'm not convinced, but we'll see. Yeah, that has not gone well. I think it's fair to say that isn't what I was aiming for. Ah, the tunnel smoothness is a bit too smooth. What's the tunnel smoothness? The tunnel smoothness is 0.05, I think. Well, at least it was extremely smooth. That was a very smooth tunnel. You cannot argue with the smoothness of that tunnel. Okay. Okay, that is not... that's definitely harder. But... honestly... that's more or less what I was after. Now what happens if I make this 5 then? I'm not convinced this is doing what I think it should be doing, annoyingly. Am I even using the gap hide? Oh well. Well, I mean, it's kind of working, except of course it isn't. But I mean, that's a minor detail, and I refuse to be drawn on that point. So. Okay. Can I do... that's an interesting idea. Okay. I don't think that's a good idea, but I'll be interested to see what my friend Claude has to say on that subject. But in the moment... so, oh my god, I still can't quite remember how all this shit works. So the base points, we do that, we turn the base points. The return points go into here, and then they go into the terrain generator, because obviously... ah! So currently, my generated surface... okay, yeah, I'm an idiot. Alright, so... I think so. Base points, that makes sense. The transform makes sense. The material makes sense. All of this makes sense. The seed makes sense, and the smoothness makes sense. Excuse me. I'm really ploughing through this beer. I'm mourning the cat. Mornington Crescent. So the problem here. God damn. No, it's because that's having to do that, so this should be doing that. No, what? Oh? No, this is doing that. No, so it is the thing's problem, because it knows everything else. Right, yes. Okay, right. So it does need to know that, which means that it should be this thing's problem. Is it? How could you implement a debug mode that was global without it being too horrible? I love the fact that I took 344 tokens. Oh no, more than that. 500 tokens, this question is. This is a big value question. I really need better glasses. Oh my god, I don't think I've ever asked such a hard question. Static classes on them. Oh, that's an interesting point. That is an interesting point. Ah, goddamn. Alright, well. God, why is everything so complicated? To solve the caveat, could I use something similar to binary permissions, and instead of it being a bool, it could be an int which would mask against various debug, which would mask against. That's a good idea. That is a good idea. Which again, which would mask. Yeah. Well, now you can see how I communicate with my Claude. I'm actually much nicer to this one than I am to my work Claude. Well, I'm not nicer to it, but I'm very strict with my kind of work Claude. And I'm like, do this, do this, do this, and like, remember this, remember this. Whereas, because I know what I'm doing with my work one, basically. I think none and terrain is great. Oh, is that how you do that? Oh, that's nice. But with this, I don't know what I'm doing. So, like, that's the problem is with my, like, I know what I'm doing with my work one. And I say, no, that's not right. Do this, do that. I want to look at it like this. I want to look at it like this. And I'm sure I will have an opinion like this one day with this, but I don't. Why is that such a hard question? I know it seems I'm a bit anal, but really, genuinely, I found that doing this stuff in advance really makes your life a lot easier. Oh. Oh. Ah! The drunk old woman has already finished burying her cat. This is excellent news because it means it'll stop me drinking more. On the downside, it means this has not been the longest stream. I hope to get a bit more done than this. Great. Alright, fine. What time is it? It's not even that late. Oh my god, look at this. This is fun. Bouncy fishies, bouncy fishies, bouncy penguin, bouncy fishies. Okay, well that's kind of worked. Where did you say it would be though? Sorry, where would I be? Alright, fine. Oh, debug confident not game, but oh right, yeah, sorry. That seems to have worked. I can't believe you just joined me now, my lovely, lovely friends. I'm literally about to finish. I've set up a horrible, horrible debugging thing. Oh, but it does actually work. And, oh, that's annoying. That's actually worked. God damn it, I hate it when Claude's cleverer than me. But yeah, no, sadly, the drunk old woman who is the drunk old... I am the drunk old man. The drunk old woman who is my lady friend, her cat has died. So I must go and be supportive, rather than twitching my nonsense into the void. Twitching my nonsense into the void. Yeah, I don't know, maybe I need psychiatric help. Anyway, yes, so I'm afraid my twitching my nonsense into the void is over. And I shall be seeing you soon. But please, I might be back this evening, and if not, I'll probably be back tomorrow evening, and if not, I'll definitely be back on Sunday evening. So in the meantime, this is Radical Penguin. It's an amazing game, which I'm developing myself. It's my first ever game, and it's rubbish. And I've been coding for years, but I've never made a game before. So obviously, as you can see, art, not my strong point. Anyway, I've made a few good steps forwards today. I've got some debug stuff going on. Because again, my experience of C# is also minimal. But yeah, I've got a sort of debug concept, which is great, which is now kind of global. I don't usually like globals, but I think with the debugger you can forgive yourself. And more importantly, where did I use it? I forget where I used it now. In here, yeah. So actually I can bugger that over there. Oh, this is great news. Let's just quickly rub it in here, because I think this is actually where I want it. And then if there is a debug. Ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da. Yeah, that's what I want, baby cakes. That's what I want. The game object is a surface object. You can have no. Yes. I think that should work. That should work. Oh, that has not worked. Ah. Let's go there. Beep. Right, if this works, I'm going to be very pleased with myself. Yoinks. Alright, no major issues. So yeah, so this is basically my entire deal, is I dick around making computer games with absolutely no idea what I'm doing. So if you're after a tutorial, you're in the wrong place. If you're after watching someone who is possibly more stupid than you are, railing against the machine, and then also pretending they can do art, making penguins. Ah, that is not done what I wanted to do. That's very, very annoying. Why have you not done what you wanted to do? You, penguin. It's not your penguin. That pink line is meant to be in two places. Well, anyway, I'm going to take this opportunity to bounce because... Am I? Let's just quickly see what the drunk old woman has to say for herself. She says she'll be home in about 20 minutes. I think I know what side my bread is buttered. Well, I'm going to call this roughly a win, other than the fact that... Why has that not worked? That's really annoying me that that hasn't worked. Oh, it's the final points. It's not the base points, because I'm an idiot. Right, that will work now. This is going to work, just so you know. FYI. FYYington. Oh, and I don't need to worry about the line render business anymore, because... Spoiler alert. There shouldn't be one. Ah, look at that! That's actual working. Oi, logamatrons. That's done exactly what I wanted to do. I'm very pleased about this. Okay, look at this. Turns out I actually more or less understand. I'll tell you what, I'm calling this a win on the basis that I think, more or less for the first time since I started this project, I actually understand. I think I understand what every single part of my computer thingy me bobby does. Okay, That's good. So refactor, I can't be bothered to separate those things out. Refactor, what have I done? Oh, it needs to be saved as well, thank you very much. Alright, refactor FBM and add debug, global debug. Thing. It is showing a drop down. I think they're checkable individually. I'll need to check. Make sure next time by adding some more dummy options. Can you set a reminder, please? I'm leaving now. Wow. Well, thank you very much for joining me, if you did join me. Not, I agree, my most fascinating stream of all time, but I did try my hardest, and I actually achieved quite a lot of coding. So I'm calling that a win, and in the meantime, be seeing you.